welcome back to my channel. This is going to be more of a weekly reading vlog. I'm kind of doing this from my bed right now, so sorry for like the super weird angle. But Jose is sleeping in the living room right now, so I don't want to disturb him. I have 3 books that I'm actively reading right now, so I just want to go over those really quickly for the start of the vlog here, show you what I might be finishing up. Theoretically, I should be able to finish all 3 of these pretty quickly. They're kind of going across the scope of all of my interests reading-wise. The first one is Penguin Gentleman, and this is one that I got for Christmas. This, to be honest, is like really just more of a nonfiction manga at times. It's about these men / penguins that work at a restaurant. They see themselves as gentlemen because obviously like penguins look like they're wearing tuxedos, and you're learning a lot about penguins, which was very unexpected. Every chapter you're learning a great deal about penguins and different types of penguins, so that's different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more of like a BL, a lot more playful than I thought it was going to be. It's using this story as a vehicle to tell you about penguins. I'm also rereading A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor by Kathryn Moon. I also got this for Christmas and I wanted a physical copy, although I do own it on ebook, and I am currently rereading it on ebook because the font in this is very small. I think I talked about it last year, but this one is about a woman who is hired into a sex work for having relationships with monsters. She has a vampire, someone's kind of like Jekyll and Hyde. There's like an invisible man, there's like a man made out of stone, and she's pretty much having relationships with all these people. And it's really good. It's an interesting story, and it's really paranormal and fantasy-like and smutty. It's a great time. The one more at my focus right now is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This one, oh, I just hit myself. This one I'm listening to on audio, and this one I am about 238 pages in, so I should be able to finish this one today, I hope, because the audiobook says I only have like an hour and a half left at the speed that I listen at, so that'll be my main task today after work. And I think I have an Etsy order I need to ship out this morning, and then pretty much just work stuff. I'm just working on stuff today for my normal job. It's a little while later. I've taken a shower, made myself look presentable, and I'm actually wearing makeup for the first time in quite a long time. I am still working, so obviously I really haven't been able to get any reading done, but I did start Desires Darkly, which is by Harbon. This is a newer, very short release that came out by this author, I think at the end of December, and I'm not sure if I'm going to continue it because it's kind of taken a weird turn. It is about a man named Nathan who survived well, not really survived. It's not really a final girl story, but it feels like a final girl story. He went to a summer camp when he was younger, and he watched the very brutal murder of a fellow camper that he was kind of friends with, kind of not. He feels very guilty for having not actually stepped in to help, even though the other camper was only like 12 or something, and he himself was like younger. Now Nathan he's just been racked like his entire life with guilt about the situation. Since it is Harbon, it is a smutty kind of romance, and I'm not entirely on board with where it's going from here, so we'll see if I continue that. But I have a little bit more left of work here, and then I'm going out to dinner with one of my friends. Also, I did chop off quite a bit of my hair the other day. I think I cut off like 3 inches just because I hadn't done it in a few months since I started my antidepressants. I think there was a very intense connection between wanting to cut off my hair every week and being depressed. Like, it just was rather rejuvenating, and then I started antidepressants and I didn't get that frantic urge to act as if my life was different every morning and cut my hair. So I cut it of my own volition, and I'm trying to wear it down a little bit more often now. I never would have thought that would have been something that would be affected, but so is making videos, honestly. I film a lot more now that I'm on antidepressants. I just finished the book. Dark Matter? My God, I can't even think straight. I am in awe of that book. Holy crap. Like the last 15 to 25% of it was terrifying, and I legitimately I can't talk about it. I'm firstly, I couldn't talk about it because it's major spoilers, but also because I don't think I will ever financially recover from this. I'm just very scared. I legitimately don't know what I would have done in this world. I just don't know if the right choices were made. But I do know that the fact that it has made such an impact on me emotionally, I literally started crying when I was listening to this in the car earlier. 5 out of 5 stars. First favorite book of the year has been read, and I'm overwhelmed. I'm so tired emotionally. I don't know where to go from here. I know it's super bumpy and super late. The lighting is going to be terrible, but my workday was kind of back-to-back busy, so I did end up having to do other things instead of vlog and stuff. But I did start Nothing But Blackened Teeth, which is, I believe, by Cassandra Khaw, and so far it is just a group of kids. Well, actually they're probably 20s-ish, and one of them is really rich, and he has paid for them to stay in this kind of haunted Japanese mansion, and it's pretty good so far. I genuinely forgot what it was about between really being excited for it to come out and then it actually coming out. So when I got it for Christmas, I was like, oh, this exists. I totally forgot. There are some interpersonal relationships between the friends that you're trying to suss out by the general vibes that are going on. The vibes are a little weird. It sounds like people might have dated, or maybe someone is dating someone else's previous ex. I think there's something else going on there. I am about to go to Joann Fabrics because I have a $5 off coupon. So I don't really need anything, but I might peek at the fabric there, see if I can get anything for maybe a mid-February launch on the shop. I'm gonna be completely honest. It was kind of a bust at Joann Fabrics. They really didn't have anything that I haven't had before. The sales, oops, sorry. The sales weren't that amazing either, and it was just kind of I'm here again. Also, really quickly, I'm gonna be making tacos. I'm doing white people taco night. I did get one skein of yarn when I was at Walmart, so let me grab that really quick. It'll come as no surprise that it is a Woolies Thick and Quick. This is Carousel, which I think I've got before, and it is just a gorgeous combination of colors. Something about the Woolies Thick and Quick styles, this combination of colors just looks so cool together, and I feel like you don't even have to put in a lot of effort to make anything you make with this look amazing. So I pretty much just keep gathering different Thick and Quicks because they're just gorgeous. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to cook up this ground beef really quick and make some quick tacos, and then I am going to probably just sit down and watch some TV while I work on some swatches, because I really want to make some patterns in the future, stuff for hats and maybe blankets, and maybe once I get better at it, some socks and blankets. I already said blankets, sweaters I mean. But with scarves, I need to work a bit more on my stitches, because I know how to do a triangle scarf, and I know how to do just a standard long rectangle scarf. But I feel like there's something else that you could do with that. I feel like there's something a different stitch that would make a standard long scarf look a lot better. So I'm gonna try to work on some swatches, see what stitches I can learn or what I already know. I had to go to 2 different Walmarts tonight because Jose is going away for the weekend, and I had to pick up some things for him to bring down when he goes down to New York. So it'll be a nice chill weekend, maybe get some more reading done. I have been trying to get through some of my Netflix and Disney Channel, Disney Plus shows. Oh, bye. She's really into my yarn, but doesn't want to be cuddled. So maybe the show tonight I will watch will be Dr. K's. I love vet shows. If you're unfamiliar with my previous life, I had been going to school to be a vet tech a long time ago, and it never really panned out for me. Kind of lost interest, and so I have really stayed obsessed. Bento hair. with vet shows. So that'll be the evening for tonight. It'll be a nice chill one, but I will touch base. Having a cat, it's like never ending. Yeah, no, check-ins last night did not happen, but we have better lighting now. So I did a few little swatches with yarn that I don't really like, and I don't really like the swatches. I can't tell if it's the yarn or not, but Jose's in the shower if you heard that burp. First one I did here is just like single crochet. No, these are half double crochets, and it's fine, but I hate how it is like not terribly straight on the edges. I'm not really a fan of that. I also did a, don't remember what this is called, but I saw this in a Teal Yarn Crafts video. I think it's like a pop stitch or something, which is kind of cute, but it's also like very messy looking. Pretty much you're doing like a double crochet and a single crochet back and forth, and then in the repeating row, like the row you come back, returning row, you do the opposite so that it kind of evens out. But I don't really know if I'm a fan. It looks kind of messy, and I feel like maybe if it was like a softer yarn, it would look a little nicer, but this just kind of looks like I just kept tying knots until it worked. And then I started a different one, and I think I royally fucked it up. But this was I think it's like a shell stitch, and I definitely didn't like this one. I hate it. I hate it. Again, I can't tell if like this yarn, which is super acrylic-y and weird, it's like an ombre yarn. I can't tell if this is just what's causing me to hate them, but this one I'm probably gonna rip out because I couldn't do it right. But I'm gonna continue to search through YouTube in my spare time this afternoon and see if I can find some better tutorials, because I'm not finding what I want, and it's just kind of hitting weird for me. More of an update with Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I have the cover off, promise it's that book. I only read a few pages yesterday. I'm on page like 16, but it is very interesting so far. It's so tiny. Like, why is it such a tiny little book? Okay, so I better get back to work. I finished eating a little while ago. I'm in my PJs again because I really only went out like after work, and it's about 8 o'clock, so I feel like I had a successful day. Jose has safely made it to New York, which honestly has been a big stress relief on me, because I always kind of, oh, damn lens. My lens is weird on this camera now. It's always really stressful when he's driving because it takes like 5 hours to get from New Hampshire to New York, and he is still sort of a new driver, and so it always gets me a little sketched out when he has to drive that far. I'll show you too. Bento is behind me in her little window seat. Bento, what are you doing? Oh, I promise, she's right here. There she is. Hello. She's like, go the fuck away, man. You look beautiful. I know, she freaking hates me. She's like, put me back. Oh, Bento. It is the morning now. I am gonna put this in grayscale, but I am caught up for today. Today is the 22nd. No, so I'm caught up through the 21st. Bento, it's okay. I think the trash guy is coming, so she's freaked out. But we have our blanket here. It is getting big, which is great because I'm actually doing single crochet, so I was a little afraid that it would end up being way too small. Pretty proud of myself. So I took a nap, but I also finished Penguin Gentleman by Kishi Ueno, and I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. It is really just a book about penguins. Like, the story is pretty minimal. While the artwork was great, I loved the different penguins and I love how they were like damn handsome, but I feel like it wasn't a story. The characterization of each of the different types of penguins is just based off of the breed, and you learn more about each breed or each different like subdivision of penguin, and I'm kind of upset because I was really hoping it would be good. Also, I don't know if you can even pick this up on camera, but Bento chewed the ever-living heck out of the corner of this book. I'm about on page 284, so getting pretty far into the book there. And again, I'm just kind of skimming this one. Obviously, I love Kathryn Moon's writing and I love the story here, but I also know that at this point of the book, we're about to hit like a big, like non-smutty plot point, which may or may not make it go a little faster. It is the next day, and this is random, but I got a bunch of these like little project bags for Christmas because I have a lot of random things that I start. But this one just has some holes in the top where if you want, you can have some mini like yarn cakes or something in here and just pull the yarn up through. But the biggest thing is I just wanted to be able to zip some things up. So last night I started making a random scarf. I just really don't think I like the size, the weight of the yarn from Paintbox. Again, they were like the DK random like weight. I think they were like 3 maybe. I don't know. I know that they wanted me to use a 4.5 inch hook. Sorry, a 4.5 millimeter hook. And I just hated it. So I was like, you know, I've had a lot of really good luck mixing yarns. And so I have this yarn. I believe this is Graybeard from the Hobby Lobby. Like, I love this yarn collection. So it's like just a generic gray. And I use this on my temperature blanket. And then I have Dusty Lilac and Jam. I decided that I was going to do something with those. And so I did the moss stitch, and I am still working on it, but I combined them so that I am using 2 yarn colors at a time, and I'm just doing like back and forth. So we have the gray and the light purple and the gray and dark purple back and forth and back and forth. I think they're like 29 rows each, which is random, but I did start this last night while I was watching a very crappy movie, which I will try to remember the name of, but it's nice and cozy and it's nice and thick. And then also just now while I was listening to like an ambient room kind of like snowy Christmas background, I finished Lady of Rooksgrave Manor, which was a reread, but I did give it a 5 out of 5 stars again because it's just so good. Last night I ended up going through and picking some sold out / clearance bookmark fabric, so I need to make an order today and send that out with the other order that had already been placed. Battery died, but I made 4 bookmarks. I packed up 2 Etsy orders, and I just about finished this scarf, except that I'm at the end and I have run out of gray, and yeah, like that's all I have left, but I have to do like another like probably like 10 rows of this, and I'm kind of like, oh crap. Also, I found out that Jose is not coming home tonight. He's coming home tomorrow night, Monday night, which made me a little sad, but I also have a tendency to not like listen to a full conversation. I think that is the ADD that my therapist says that I don't have, but I do have it. I'm gonna clean up the current situation. Oh, isn't that just pleasing? That messy messy rolled up scarf. I've made a whole freaking mess. I have yarn everywhere, and what we're gonna do is, in order to avoid not putting off reading anymore, I am going to just shove it all to the other end of the couch. Just shove, 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 and I'm going to read. We're gonna find an ambient room together. I've been looking at ambient rooms all day. And first one I see, winter enchanted forest night ambience, occasional something. Occasional, wait, what's the occasional? Occasional snowfall, soothing chimes, and mystical atmosphere. I don't know how I feel about the occasional snowfall. This is a 10-hour ambient room though by Rain Rider. It's definitely not one that I would normally choose, but it is only 8 o'clock and I'm gonna try to power through this. I think by midnight, I should be able to finish it. I only have 100 pages left, and I don't usually do that. I don't usually read 100 pages in a sitting, but our font is nice and big. I'm gonna tuck in now. I'm gonna do it. I got the heat on, got my blanket ready. I'm literally just stalling for that, no reason. Okay, see you once I finish the book. It's gonna happen, and then we will wrap up this vlog together. I finished it. It's just after 10. I'm actually kind of surprised that I was able to finish it tonight because, in all honesty, I really haven't finished a lot of physical books lately. Something about this one was just told in such a, not fun, but like an interesting way. It really reminded me of Margaret Killjoy's, this one with the elk on it. And it just had this like sense of nothing crazy important was happening, but it all like made sense. Like, there was a lot of characterization without actually giving you the full story. Something about the actual plot itself felt like a liminal space. Like, it just felt like I had been there, I had experienced this with them before, and it just all made sense. But I think I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars. The ending itself was a little, it was good until literally the last page. Like, there was an ending that I feel like could have been a little clipped, and then it kind of gave you a little more, and I was like, I don't need that. Like, I don't need that. Like, I felt like the last page was almost like one of those movie endings where there might be a sequel or something. But I was like, no, 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 you could have given me like almost like a neat ending several paragraphs earlier, and I would have been totally happy with it. That's all I have for this vlog. I'm gonna finish it here, and I'm gonna try to start editing this because I haven't done a vlog in a really long time. So yeah, thank you for hanging around with me. If you really made it this far, you're an MVP. I don't know who's gonna make it this far in the vlog, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.